Alright. Do this real quick since I'm on. I don't even know what that is. Let's get submissions. Let's go to create now. I had it to where I wanted it to. Okay. Normal monsters for now. Alright. Fuck. I'm just tired. Okay, anyway, so basics of Yu-Gi-Oh! So to start off with, I'm going to start off with monsters, to be honest. So with the monster card, this is a normal monster. Normal monsters do not have any effects. So clearly the name and also the archetype. The archetype for this is Blue Eyes. There's a whole deck for it. Attribute, light. The star level, or the level, is 8. Its type is a dragon. Its attack, defense. So with stars, anything below 4, you can just summon regularly. 5, you have to tribute 1. And I want to say 7 and above, you have to tribute 2 monsters. And I want to say 10 to like 12, you have to tribute 3 monsters. So that's normal monsters. And we'll go with effect monsters. So like this one. This one's a 12 fucking star monster. You would have to tribute 3 monsters unless the card has an effect that says otherwise, like this card. The effect is it can't be normal summon / set. Must be special summoned by its own effect. So it means you literally can only summon this by using its effect. But see, this one's just a dark Malefic Truth Dragon. It's a 12 star, 5,000 attack, 5,000 defense. Ugh. Fucking around with shit. Okay, fusion monsters. These can only be summoned by using Polymerization or anything that is like Polymerization. Which Polymerization is a fusion card. And also, the materials that are needed, like specifically for the 5-headed dragon, you need 5 different dragon monsters. That is it. So, fusions are pretty simple. You just gotta look at the card to see what the fusion material that is needed. So, like for the first Dark Lord, you just need 3 Dark Fairy monsters. It's all pretty simple for the reading of cards most of the time. Ritual monsters. Where's one that I know the fucking actual ritual summon for? Actually, it doesn't even fucking matter. So, ritual monsters are different from fusion monsters. They cannot be summoned by polymerizations. You literally have to use a ritual spell card that matches the specific card. Which, for this one, is Oracle of the Herald. That's its ritual spell card that you need to summon this out. And that's all with every single ritual monster. It doesn't really matter. There's always going to be one ritual spell card. I'm trying to find like this one. Magician of Black Chaos. You literally need black magic rituals. Or black magic ritual to... Where is it? Ah, there it is. Spell. Ritual. Whoop. That did nothing. That still did nothing. Jesus. Oh my goodness. That was stupid. Give me a second. This is the specific ritual spell. So, with ritual spells that will have this little symbol on the card for flame, or the flame symbol, that's ritual spells. There's many other ones, like Magician of Chaos. This is its ritual spell, Chaos Form. So, it's always the same shit. So I don't need either that. We'll go with Synchro next. Thank you. Fucking around. Okay. So I own this card. Red Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord. So synchro summons are different from rituals and fusions. You don't need polymerization. You don't need a ritual spell to make this card. All you need is one zombie tuner plus one non-tuner monsters. And how you tell what is a tuner. You know what's sad? Because I already know the name of a tuner. Is it? Nope, that's not what I was looking for. I spelled it wrong. No way. Nope. Why did I put two T's in that? I'm fucking this up. Give me a second. Nope. Okay, we're just gonna do this because this is gonna piss me off. Let's spell some traps. There we go. And there it is. Nope. Yep, there it is. Okay. So Unizombie is a tuner. So tuner monsters are normally like anywhere from 3 levels to 1. And this is one of the cards that you would need to fuse together with Red Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord. That'll make that. Now, the one thing with synchro summoning, the levels of both cards need to equal the exact number on the card that you're trying to synchro summon. So with Unizombie, it's already 3 stars. I would need to use a level 7 card to be able to for the other material, which funny enough there are also some synchros like Immortal Dragon that is also a tuner. So I could use Immortal Dragon and another monster, which using Immortal Dragon and with another monster is always not it's a little iffy because it's a 6-star. Okay. XYZ monsters. Now, XYZ monsters are a little odd because you do not tribute, you don't have to send any of your monsters to the graveyard. But what is required is 2 level 8. Well, this for this specific card of DDD Dual Dawn King Kali Yuga, you need 2 level 8 DD monsters, which DDD is its own archetype. It's a whole deck. I'm trying to think of a different one. All of these are going to be... Okay, this one would be easier. So Utopia. Utopia, you just need 2 level 4 monsters. And by levels is the stars. So with XYZ monsters, it's always going to be, most of the time, the levels. So whatever level that the XYZ monster you're trying to summon is, 9 times out of 10, you're going to need anywhere from 1 to 3, or I want to say there should be one that's like where you need to like 5 or something. Yeah, see, look, 5 level 13 monsters for this card. Level 13, the highest I know that it goes is to level 12. So the only way to get it to the card to be level 13 is by some sort of effect or spell. There might be level 13 cards in the game. I don't know for sure. Like this one, 2 level 10 monsters. That's XYZ summoning. Very simple. Okay. This is where it gets a little complicated. I've never played with these cards, but pendulums are a bit odd because these monsters take up slots on your spell and trap zone, which you only get 5 spell and trap zones, but you also get, I want to say, technically 7 monster zones, sometimes 6. So pendulums are like odd because you have to set the scales, and the scales are always like on the card. You see how red and then blue, those are the scales. So if you place this card on the left side of the field, that would be the blue scale. If you set it on the right, it's gonna be the red. But the thing is, with pendulums, you have to have 2 of these pendulums set, and the number in between, one for Astrograph Sorcerer, and let's say I need to find a higher one. This one. All right, this is a fusion monster. It doesn't matter. So the number between 1 and 10. So you can special summon from your hand or extra deck, because when pendulum monsters get destroyed or removed from the field, they do not get sent to the graveyard. They get sent faced up on top of your extra deck. So, like I was saying, once you have the 2 scales, say it's from 1 to 10, you can summon any monster that is still available for summon, or however many zones that you have open, from 2 to 9. So from 2 stars to 9 stars, you can summon any monster in between that, unless it says otherwise that it needs to be summoned by like some other sort of ridiculousness. Like, bro, look at this. There's even pendulum fucking XYZs. Pendulum fusions, pendulum XYZs, pendulum synchros. So pendulum is a whole like deck type, and they do have archetypes. Performa Pals, that's an archetype. Odd Eyes is its own archetype for pendulums. See, Odd Eyes. I don't know what that card is. I've never seen it. I think All Eyes is part of the Odd Eyes archetype, and Abyss Actor. Yeah, see more Odd Eyes. Okay, and then Magicians. Now, Link Monsters. Link Monsters are somewhat interesting because you can always most likely tell how many monsters it's going to need. I would still look at right here underneath the type of the card it is, to see how many you'll need. So for this one, you just need two effect monsters, not normal monsters. There's a difference. And it does not have a defense, it only has attack, and you can just summon it out on the field as long as you, not necessarily tribute, but it's called link 2 effect monsters to summon this out. Now, most link monsters have effects to where certain things can happen to any monster that is pointing, or any monster that is in the monster zone that basically is pointing to one of these red triangles. That'd be the best way to fucking explain that. Which some of these points is kind of odd, like, because how the field zone is set up is you have 5 row, or you have a row of 5. The very front one, closest to the middle of the, we'll just call it a fucking play mat, will be your monster zone, and then behind that is immediately your spell and traps. Now, there is 2 extra monster zones, one for each opponent, unless one opponent uses both, but those are directly in the middle right next to each other. So a card like this, even if you were to put it in the monster zone, this would immediately become nullified. These two would work, and then you would have to place this directly underneath your extra monster zone for any of these arrows to work. Yeah, see, so like this one affects the Rasteliger. You contribute any number of your monsters this card points to destroy an equal number of cards on the field. So you got to be careful where you place link monsters half the time if you plan on using their effects that require you to point towards any other monster zones. Okay, so now those are all the different monster types. There's plenty of attributes. So you have light, dark, water, fire, divine, wind, and earth. There are different decks that can be made around just the attributes and not necessarily an archetype. Okay, so we'll go with normal spells. Normal spells can only be played on your turn. So you can only activate a normal spell on your turn. So like Raigeki, it just destroys all monsters. If you're wondering what the big glowing number is, it's in the left-hand top corner. That's part of the rules, like official tournament rules. This card is limited to 2. You can have a copy of 3 cards in between your main deck and your extra deck. And that means of anything. 3 of the same type of monster, 3 of the same type of spells, 3 of the same type of traps. But some cards are either banned or limited. So like Harpy's Feather Duster, that's limited to 1 per deck. Monster Reborn, 1 per deck. But other than that, you can have up to 3 copies. As long as there's not the same card in your extra deck, you can have up to 3 cards of the same, 3 of the same cards. Okay. Field spells. So field spells have their own section. I wouldn't call it a section. I'll just call it a zone. And the way you can tell it's a field zone is by the compass star or the nautical star, if that's what the fuck you want to call it. They go in their own field, their own zone, so they do not take up any of the spell and trap card zones that you would have. They only go in their own spot, which is normally in front of your extra deck, because your extra deck, your deck, and your graveyard all have their own zones right next to the playing field. So the monster and trap zones, the 2 zones that are right next to your monster and your monster zones, on the right hand side is your graveyard. Unless you play left-handed, then it can be swapped around, but it's still the same thing. Always in the top, very top row, all the way across, it goes field spell zone, 5 monster zones, and then a graveyard. And then right underneath that, in your spell and trap zones, to the left, you have your extra deck. To your right of the zones, you have your deck, your main deck, if you will. So field spells. Field spells normally just help shit 9 times out of 10 for certain archetypes like Zombie World. Turns everything in either player's graveyard and on the field into zombies, and neither player can tribute summon monsters except for zombies. So it can be very disruptive depending on the type of field spell that you have. Not every archetype has a field spell card, or if it does, it's not always that good. I was trying to look for Necro Valley, but I can't fucking find it, so I don't care anymore. Okay, equip spells. That's not an equip spell. Fuck out of here. Where's an oldie but a goodie? Probably shouldn't have did that. Either way. Alright, so equip spells. You see a cross on there? Equip spell. So equip spells, once again, can only be played on your turn. Even if you've set them onto the field face down, you cannot activate it until it is your turn unless it says otherwise in the effect area, which effect area, picture art, type of card. This one is normally for monsters, that's where the attribute would be, but this is just a spell. So equip spells are equipped to monsters on your field. They still stay in the spell and trap zone, but you can flip it up, right side up, or flip it face up, not right side up, faced up is the proper jargon, and it will equip to whatever monster you choose it to. But this specific one that I chose as a visual aid is called Wonder Wand. It can only be equipped to spellcaster monsters, and normally it always has some sort of bonus, helpful effect like gain 500 attack. And if the card was to be destroyed by battle, sometimes they say card effects. You would instead destroy the equip card instead of the monster instead. That's generally field spells in a nutshell. Continuous spells. Once again, continuous spells can only be played on your turn. Now, the funny thing about spells is you can play them directly from your hand as long as it is your turn. But 9 times out of 10, just so you don't get confused, half the time we just normally put them on the field for the zones, specifically just to make people think maybe it's a trap card, maybe it's like a mystical space typhoon or a Raigeki. Yu-Gi-Oh is very mental based game, so if you can somehow psych your opponent out, you might honestly pull out a win sometimes, just because if people play too cautiously because they think you might be able to disrupt their combos or disrupt their play, they won't do it 9 times out of 10. Then you have crazy assholes like me who'll risk it just to see if you got it or try to bait you out of it. So you also got to be careful on what you activate and when. But that will come with time and just playing of the game. You'll learn different archetypes, combos, different decks, different play styles of decks, so that you know when and when not to activate stuff, so that you can get the most out of your interruption to stop them from gaining momentum and taking control of the field in the game. So continuous spells, back to what I was saying, kind of went on a rant, are by the infinity symbol. Continuous spells means that once you flip it over or flip it face up or put it on the field in spell and trap zones, it stays there until it is destroyed by card effects by card effects essentially. I do not know if it is within the rules that you can just send a continuous spell to the graveyard. I'm pretty sure you can, but 9 times out of 10 you kind of don't want to, just for the simple fact that most continuous spells are always going to be beneficial for you. And I own this card in real life, and that is exactly what the text looks like on the card. That big ass paragraph that you have to read. Okay. Continuous. Quick plays. So quick play spells can be played on the opponent's turn. This is the only the type of spell card. Actually, no, there might be another one. I think it's called counter spells. But quick play spells are one of the few cards that is a spell card that you could play on your opponent's turn or your turn. And since it's a quick play spell, its spell speed is faster than most normal spells or continuous spells or monster effects. So this effect will take precedence in a chain, which I will explain later once I'm done with all the monsters and all the different cards. I will explain what the fuck a goddamn chain is, because it's going to happen a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! So Forbidden Droplet's a good one. Called by the Grave's another good one. Like, just quick play spells are always pretty good. I already went over ritual spells. Oh, there is no fucking... It's a counter trap, not a... Okay, never mind. Ignore me. So, let's see if this works. Boom. Okay, so normal traps. Same thing as spell cards, but the difference between spell and trap cards can only be played on your opponent's turn and not the first turn that you put it down. If that made sense. The best way I could explain this better is, for example, I use this card a lot. Infinite Impermanence. It's an interrupt. It does spells and traps, but this one has an effect where I can activate it from my hand. Most trap cards you cannot activate from the hand unless it's a counter trap, or it says otherwise. 9 times out of 10, they have to be put down on the field first, and they cannot be activated the first turn you put it down. So say it's your turn, you put down a trap card, and then you end your turn, and it's your opponent's turn. That card cannot be played still, because it's still technically the first turn it was put down. So you would have to wait until your next turn, essentially, to be able to use it on your turn. But not most of the time you want to use trap cards on your opponent's turn, unless, like Infinite Impermanence, since it stops monster effects, it would be beneficial to use it on your turn. Just Desserts. It inflicts 500 damage to your opponent's life points directly for every monster they control on the field. What's another one? I want to say it's Torrential Tribute. That one is one that you would want to use on your turn. I know that there's one from Dragon Maids. There's just so many cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Like, Dust Tornado. That's something you'd want to use on your opponent's turn. Because it technically, since it destroys the card won't have time to activate. Yeah, I can't find it, so it's fine. It is what it is. Alright, Continuous Traps. Same thing. Once you activate it, it stays on the field. But the issue is, most Continuous Traps, like the most infamous one, even I used to use this one a lot, it's called the Haunted. You know what I mean? You activate it, you get to special summon one monster from your graveyard in attack position. But when, say, if someone destroys Call of the Haunted by a card effect, you would have to destroy that monster, and then vice versa. But that's only because the card says it. 9 times out of 10, if the card does not specifically say that what a card that is technically attached to said card leaves the field, that you have to destroy the trap as well. So effects are always going to be very important. So you always want to try to read and understand all of the different spells, or at least the different effects, because sometimes they're worded very oddly, or there's just so much text that you like, it's like coming at you too fast. So sometimes you know what I mean, you got to take your time and read them, because unfortunately in Master Duel there is a time limit per turn, which is 300 seconds. In real life, as long as you're not playing in an actual tournament, there is no time limit on your turn. Now, not everybody's going to allow you to take fucking 15 minutes to try to figure out a play, but some people might. You just got to be able to understand what's going on. Okay. Counter traps. Counter traps are the fastest traps. So if someone plays a like a quick spell, this will out spell speed a quick spell or a quick play spell. I might need to look that up just to be sure, but if I remember correctly, counter traps are faster than quick play spells. Now, granted, there's not many useful counter traps. Like, it all just depends on what you're playing. Like Gladiator Beast, that's a whole deck by itself. Yeah, that's just an archetype. Draco Utopia, that's an archetype. I guess Zephyr is an archetype, holy crap. Salaman Great, that's an archetype. But you know what I mean? Like, most of the time, counter traps have an archetype that they belong to. So, except for Magic Jammer. Magic Jammer is just an oldie but a goodie. Alright, so that was all of the spells, cards. So, all of these is every single different type of monsters that are available in the game. Every also decks can be built around said types. Now there will be a lot of cards, at least newer cards, that will have multiple types. Like say for instance dragon. No, that's just a dragon effect monster. Like this one. Dragon pendulum. This one's a fusion, but it's just basically a dragon. Where is one that's like... Nope, that's still a fusion card. I just want like a normal monster that has multiple types. I mean, it's sad. The only one I can think of is literally Red Eyes Necro Zombie Lord. Which, funny enough, it's not even here. So it means it's not a dragon, but it's definitely a zombie. Oh my goodness. I think it's because I didn't choose multiple. Okay, let's do this. Boom, boom. And we'll go... Bam. Nope. Wow. Oh, see? Boom. Winged Beast Synchro. That's his... Oh, because it's technically not a dragon. That's crazy. I could have swore, like... I know Link monsters have multiple types. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Anyways. So, yeah. There's all the different types. You have Zombie, Warrior, Machine. Normally, if they're going to be dual, like sometimes you'll see... Insect Winged Beast, Sea Serpent Aqua, Plant and Rock, Cyburst and Machine, or Dragon and Cyburst, Dragon and Machine. I actually have a deck that's all Dragon and Machines. My zombie deck is a zombie deck, so you won't find anything else. Fairies and Beast Warriors might be able to make a fucking thing. And then, okay, so, wow. Oh, crap. Yeah, see, this is the only level 13 card in the game. I knew it. Lies. You don't have to worry about rarity. Rarity is literally all just for specifically for Master Duel. And there's a Forbidden List, Summon Cut In. Oh. What? Huh. Anyways. Tunes are an old deck. Like, this is from the anime. From the... You know what I mean? That's from the anime. Okay. Well, since that is done, we're going to back out real quick. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So, according to the rules... Your deck can be anywhere from 40 to 60. I already told you this, and also 15 cards in your extra deck. So that in your main deck, it can be a number of anything. You know what I mean? You can have mostly monsters, barely any spells and traps, or you can have mostly spells and traps and barely any monsters. The only issue is when it comes to monsters or spells and traps, you need cards that will reshuffle cards that get sent to the graveyard back into your deck or into your hand or to get back out on the field. There will be plenty of those. You just got to look for them. This is not the right deck. Where are you? No way, that's the... Is that the deck I got? Is this the deck I normally play with? Some bitch it is. Yeah. That's double Magical Cylinder. I love Magical Cylinder. I've never summoned this card out. I don't know where it came from. Anyways. Alright, decks. I could have swore I made a different deck. Why does this have 48 cards in it? Huh? That's weird. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted because this should not have this many cards in it. Especially not the Plague Zombie or Return of the Zombies. I shouldn't have 3 of those. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Fuck it. Anyways. Okay. Now, the way to start a duel, once obviously everybody has their cards and all of the other shit, is essentially, it really depends on the person you're playing with, because just talk while I'm doing this. Yeah, ranked. You can either flip a coin. You can also like, there's many ways people do it, but the most standard way is flipping a coin, high roll on dice. So whoever who gets the highest roll on the dice roll gets to choose who goes first or second. Depending on your deck, some decks are better going second than they are first. But most of the time when you go first, I should say most of the time, the main rule in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the first turn of the duel. Wow. Okay. So the first turn of the duel, you cannot attack. And you do not get to draw a card. Now that is just official tournament rules. It's not always going to be like that way. So if you're playing with, like, friends and stuff, they'll let you draw first turn, even if the duel. So now, all right. Best way to explain this. Look, deck goes here. Graveyard, banished. I forgot to say about banished. But I have 5 cards. You always start with 5 cards. Here's my extra deck. Field zone, extra monster zones. So trap card. Set this. Another rule. You can only normal summon once per turn unless you have an effect that says otherwise. Come on. You gonna let it through? Holy shit, you might let it through. Oh, he let it through. Stupid. You're stupid. You shouldn't have let that through. Moo ha ha ha. Sorry, don't mind me. So monster zones, spell and trap zones. I already explained that. Bro. It's one thing I hate about Yu-Gi-Oh! People take too long. Oh my god, he's playing Labyrinths. Oh, my head. Okay. So he just activated a card from the hand to do whatever it needed to do. Which I'm sure he's just going to grab something. As long as it didn't negate my shit, I'm perfectly fine with whatever he does. He's picking a spell and trap to get from his deck to his hand. Oh, it also sets it on the fucking field. That's not good. Ooh, this might be bad. Also, special summoning, you can special summon as many times as you want. As long as you can pull it off or somebody doesn't stop you from doing it, you can do it as much as you want. Damn, I think yeah, that's basically my turn because I already special summoned. What is he trying to do? Fuck it. I'm just gonna negate it. You're not getting a 25 beater out on the field on my watch, buddy. What he doesn't realize, I can easily get this card back within my next turn, so it doesn't matter to me. Anyways, can I end my turn now? So I should have talked about the phases. So draw phase, you draw a card. Standby is basically if anybody wants to activate anything. Main phase 1, that's where you set all your magic and spells, or your spells and trap cards, or set monsters, or it's normal or special summon. Battle phases for battle. Main phase 2 is basically if you haven't summoned anything, like normal summoned, that would be your main phase 2, or if you want to set more spell and traps, because you had a card that lets you draw, or whatever it may be. Ew. This might be bad. I have nothing to play. Okay, like I was saying. So, main phase 2 is just in case if you had a card that allowed you to draw more cards and you have a spell, you can place more spells as long as you have the open zones to do so during a main phase 2. End phase is just another way to basically turn over your turn. I'm not going to use that. So, that is essentially how you start the duel. Those are all the phases for said duel. He's just returning a card to his hand. Either way. And that's basically how you start a duel. Now, there are cards that have like flip effects. So like monster cards have flip effects that basically is if you set them face down, that is also how you set, is a card being face down. This, when the card is horizontal like that, that is defense position. And while in defense position, any monster that is above your defense destroys the card, but you do not take damage. Anything below it, they take damage, but your card is not destroyed, unless stated otherwise in monster effects. Oh, this guy's gonna be taking forever. Yeah. The Labyrinth is a very trap-heavy combo deck. So it's just, he's just going to be taking forever trying to get cards out and build up his combo. Which, unfortunately, I can't negate any of this. I should have let him special summon his monster. But it doesn't really matter. Because if he tries to do anything, we'll say goofy, it's not really necessarily going to affect me, because both of his monsters, he summoned them in defense position, and since I believe since this is the first time he laid them down, I don't think he can switch them to attack mode. But even then, the only one he would switch to attack mode is the Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. Should need to be aware of that woman's effect. Oh. Magical cylinder. Gotta love it. Okay. We're going to set this. Yeah, okay. Now, for now, we'll cancel that. We are going to summon. I should probably show you what a set card looks like, but we'll just go with this for now. I'm trying to make a play to do more stupid shit. He just keeps trying to set more things, which is fine. I'm gonna let him do it. He just banished a trap card. Oh my god, this is gonna take a lot longer. Oh! Well, that's fine. I'm gonna get her back anyways. Oh, for my tech to my hand? I'll do that for now. That was a misplay. Shouldn't have did that, but that's fine. And then I really shouldn't have did that, but it is what it is. I'll just do this. Oh my goodness. Her effect. Oh, chain link. Jesus, I forgot about the link. So, link happens when multiple effects are activated at one time. And in the order he activated his effects was essentially... He activated... Oh my god, there's just too many going on right now. There's already 4. And it's not showing them all on the screen, so... I mean, I don't care if I want to lose this duel, to be honest. Like, it's just basically to show you how the process of a duel works and the different phases. Which this guy's literally taking forever to pick a trap. I don't think he knows how to play this deck that well. But I definitely need to get this card off the goddamn field. It's still my turn though, right? Ugh. And see, here's the issue. I just... no, I didn't fuck myself to a point. Oh my goodness, yeah, I need to get this off the field. Well, actually, I gotta get these off the field first. Because I can't target it with effects. Because he controls set cards. This might be a longer duel than I expected. I might just surrender just to give everything. Once I've set one card, just to show you what it looks like. Because, I mean, in the game, it allows me to see what I have underneath everything. So it's, like, counterproductive. And then I probably should also just look at some of the other rules. From your hand or be in a defensive position, but return it to the hand during the end phase. Yeah, we'll just do that. He's just gonna keep. No, I know exactly what I'm about to pull out. Just in case. He's probably gonna call out fusions. Oh my goodness, bro. Just like just so many effects activating at once. It's just it's so old. Wait, did he just activate Dimension Barrier? Yeah? Oh, that was the one. Okay, never mind. Like, look at this shit, bro. Just nothing but trap cards, most likely. Oh. Yeah, we're just gonna activate that, because why the fuck not? I totally forgot that that technically is a special summon, so yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I think I'm gonna try to get Hospitality. because since it has to be specifically a dragon made spell or trap. Yeah, we'll just get hospitality. Because since it's still his turn, I can't play anything anyways, because none of the spells I have are quick spells, so it doesn't really matter. He really just summoned out the same exact card twice. Oh. I can't even use this card because he has 4 different... Yeah, see. This is why I need Lightning Storm in this deck. Yeah, that'll work, actually. So summon from your hand or graveyard or defense position. Yeah, we'll just do that. Unless it's gonna stop it. No. We're gonna special summon this. That's what I need. Because here's the thing, I still haven't normal summoned. So the play I'm about to make, unless he fucking somehow interrupts this, is essentially I'm gonna get a normal regular Dragon Maid out. You know what? Well, actually, we'll do this. Activate the graveyard effect of Dragon Maid Changeover. Put this back in my hand. Wow. Activate Dragon Maid Changeover. Because I still... dying. Sorry. Still haven't... I still have a normal summon. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't have a red ass monster, so we're just gonna summon this. Use her effect. And we're also gonna get Kitchen out here. Because why not? Now see, here's the only issue is I don't think I have a monster that's over 2,900 that I can honestly use. Deck to hand, we'll go with this one. Then boom, send that to the graveyard. No. I'm gonna go to battle phase. Activate her effect to change her into a different dragon. Come on, bro. If you're gonna stop it, stop it. But don't fucking tease me. One bad thing is Dragon Maids don't have a... They don't have a field spell. Yeah, see, look, 26. Oh my goodness, bro. Either activate an effect or don't, dude. Like, goddamn. This is getting so annoying. Yeah, we'll just do this. Yeah, see, I still don't have enough. Anyways. 35. Bro, if we gotta stop it, just click the damn card. There it is. Wait, what does that do? Fine. You want to crash? Well, fucking crash on me, but this is not happening. God, I just wanted to do something flashy and cool, but no. Well, like I said, just die. Wow. So he's going to return it to the hand. He surrendered. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, because he knew he would have just took a whole bunch of damage for the... Oh, he ran out of time. He didn't even surrender. That's another thing. In this game, if you run out of time, or if you run out of cards in your deck, you lose. So, at least with Master Duel, you got to play something simple, at least starting out, just so you can understand and try to like formulate plans and stuff, because you do only have 300 seconds to do something. And the simple fact that he was taking like 56, like almost a minute every single time just to decide something, he ran out of time very fucking quickly. But nonetheless, okay, that was the single duel. I'm gonna get that old ass card out of my face. Now that we're done with that, let's go over here. Duel book. This comes with every single deck that you buy. There will be a rule book and a guidebook. So here's the funny thing: there are some decks where cards, whether it's spell, monsters, or whatever, use a coin to decide an effect, whether it's heads or tails. There is dice. Dice are also used for counters, for like spell counters or Six Samurai counters. Doesn't really matter. Tokens are a thing. You don't really need tokens. I don't know where you could buy tokens, but it is what it is. Some traps and spells have tokens in them, or like use themselves as a token, or what's the word I'm looking for? Or just summon specific tokens. So this is what I was talking about. So this is what a playmat looks like. So these are your monster zones, spell and trap zones. Here are your pendulum zones, graveyard deck, extra deck, field card zone, and then extra monster zones. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why there's not as many as in the game, but those are normally the base attributes you're going to see. Effect monsters, monster cards. These are the different types of effects. So, like, normally, these are the only ones I see. Is flip effects and quick effects. Normally, quick effects will say when it's a quick effect, and if it's a quick effect, it's faster than normal regular effects. So like ignition effects, like it says down here for the example, you contribute this card, then target one monster on the field, destroy that target. A quick effect will outspeed that. Same with a trigger effect, where if something happens, then you can trigger the effect. But you just gotta look at the different, how it's always worded, because flip effects will always have flip in front of it with the it's not called a semicolon, but whatever the hell that little thing is, before it says anything about what the effect actually is. Quick effect, it always will have in parentheses quick effect. The other two effects are just normal, but they're always worded when this card is, or when this card this. So like for the duel I just did, so Dragon Maze, when this card is normal or slash, it's a slash special summoned. For Chamber, you know what I mean, I can add one Dragon Maid spell or trap for my deck to my hand. That's a trigger effect. You know what I mean? Yeah, see, Link summon, Link monster bonuses. This is what I was trying to explain. So, because that remains, can also be used to summon monsters from your extra deck, monsters that started in the extra deck but later up in the graveyard or banished. Yeah, you can also use Link monsters as material, by the way, to Link summon something else. Huh. Pendulum monsters. I probably should just use this, but I just felt like visual aids would be better. The Synchro Monsters Fusion Ring went all over. That's polymerization. That's generally how you use, like, to summon fusion cards, unless you have an archetype specific card like mine, It's called Dragon Maid Changeover. That is essentially a polymerization card, but it's specifically for Dragon Maids. Polymerization is used for a wide variety of basically everything, because if you're playing multiple different archetypes of monsters, but um, you want to summon a specific fusion monster that doesn't require the specific archetype for those cards, polymerization is the only way you'll be able to pull it off. Okay. Now this is what I probably should have explained more right here, is how to summon monsters, but it's always going to be generally the same thing. So a normal summon is just putting it faced up on the field, whether it's in oh no, so you can only normal summon in faced up attack position. So attack position is when the card name is facing vertically forward. Defense position is when it's horizontally, so to the side essentially. A normal set is when you put the card face down, so you cannot see the art or any of the effects. Neither can the opponent. You know what I'm saying? So that is the best way to get in your opponent's head. That is also the only way you can activate flip effects. Is it needs to be face down, and then either you can flip it up, like flip summon it to faced up defense position, or you can flip summon it into faced up attack position. But that's the only way flip effects will ever work. And normally, flip effects activate before a card is destroyed, unless the attacking card says otherwise. You can also choose not to activate said effect. You know what I'm saying? So tribute summon. All right, there it is. Perfect. Level 5 to 6 for the stars. You tribute one monster. 7 and higher, all the way up to 12 or 13, it's 2. They must have changed it. It's been a real long time since I've actually looked at a rule book. If you tribute summon in face down defense position, it's called a tribute set. A monster tribute set on the field is not considered summoned? What? That's interesting. Okay. Special summoning. So, some monsters can be played onto the field without being normal summon, because, like I said, you only get one normal summon a turn. So, it's not one normal summon for main phase 1 or main phase 2. No, it's either or. You either normal summon in main phase 1 or you normal summon in main phase 2. But if you normal summon in main phase 1, you can't normal summon in main phase 2. You cannot normal summon again until your next turn. And also, every turn after the first turn of the duel, you draw a card during your draw phase, unless a card like Pot of Greed, which it's a fucking meme at this point, but Pot of Greed is a spell card that allows you to draw 2 cards during your turn. Okay, so when it comes to special summoning with card effects, it's saying that you can special summon monsters onto the field through the effect of the monster, but the monster needs to be um, it actually needs to be special summoned onto the field first before you can use its effect. So say if you were going to special summon a monster by its effect onto the field, or just if you're trying to special summon a monster onto the field and someone stops the summon or somehow destroys it and sends it to the graveyard, it technically was not special summoned. So you, even if it has a graveyard effect, if it did not actually hit the field, you cannot use its effect to special summon another monster from that specific monster's effect that was just put into the graveyard, because it technically did not get summoned. There's all the other ones. Oh, also, continuous spells, they do go through. I shouldn't say go through. The effect is also active while it's your opponent's turn as well. Same for trap cards. Okay, so here's the victory conditions, which there are a lot of cards, which I should have showed you. I can show you the one I know off the top of my head for sure. Is that you got to reduce your opponent's life points to 0, whether that's them taking damage in between the differences of either monsters' attack points if they're both in face-up attack position, or if one's in defense position, you still lose. No, wait, you don't lose life points in defense, so unless it has piercing, which there are some cards that have piercing. Also, if your opponent is unable to draw a card on their turn, that's called a deck out. Or if you win with a card special effect. So the best way to show you what I mean by a card's effect, which it's sad that this card is still available in the goddamn game, but oh my god, I don't know how to spell it. There it is. So there is 5 cards of this. The right leg, right arm, left arm of Exodia, the Forbidden One. And once you assemble all 5 cards, whether it's in your field or on your hand. Oh no, it has to be in your hand. So once you assemble all 5 of these cards in your hand, which by the way, there is a whole deck called Exodia that is played around this, you win the duel. Doesn't matter if you've never taken any of their life points or if they've never taken any of your life points. You just outright win the duel. This has been around since the fucking existence of the game was invented. Which, funny enough, I believe all of the arms and legs are limited to 1. And then there should be another one. I want to say it's called Destiny Letters? No. What is it called? I know it's a spell. Hold on. I just want to find this real quick. Because this is another one where it's like... I don't want to say it's a normal... Just search for the spell, bro. What the... Oh, that's gonna annoy me. Let's go with normal spells. Oh, that's really going to annoy me. Just, ugh. Spell, normal, okay. I kind of know what the art looks like. Final Countdown. That's another one. So you pay 2,000 life points after 20 turns. So it includes your turn and the opponent's turn. Once the countdown starts after the first turn you activate this card. Oh no, it starts counting down the same turn you activate the card, you win the duel. Same shit as Exodia. And here's the sad part. It's not a fucking continuous spell. So either they have to stop this, or if they let it go through, now they have 20 fucking turns to just outright kill you before that person just wins the game. There was another one where you had to like collect. Well, I shouldn't say collect, but you had to like play these cards that were different letters, and it was the same thing. Like once you collected all of the letters, you won the duel. And it was just ridiculous. No, it's not that. Oh, God damn it. It's not that. That's a hero card. Where is it? I don't think they have it in this game. I'm pretty sure they do. I just don't remember the name of the card. I remember the artwork though. Nope. Oh my goodness. I'm wasting so much time, I'm sorry. It's just there are decks built around these stupid cards. Like I want to say one of the videos I sent you, I faced an Exodia deck. and won because it's a fucking Exodia deck. But that's just because I knew how to counter it, and I didn't let shit get by me because fuck that. It's an Exodia deck. You know how embarrassing that is to lose with the deck from the first season of the anime. Like, this was fucking Yugi's deck, or Yugi's grandpa's deck. Bro, I really can't find this card. I thought it would have been an ultra rare. Oh my goodness. Bruh. Where is it? Is it not in Master Duel? That's weird. I mean, if Final Countdown's in Master Duel, then the other one should be. Because now, there's just so many cards, man. I wonder if it's a continuous spell. I don't think it shouldn't be. But here's the sad part. If I try to go through all of the, like, continuous, ritual, all that shit, it's just gonna... It's just gonna be annoying. Oh my goodness. I really can't find this. Holy shit. Either way, I'm gonna give it like a couple more seconds before I just don't care anymore. No, it's not the Puppet Master Magic. It's not Mystic Box either. Ooh, am I stupid? Is it not a spell card and then it's a trap card? It might be a trap card. Why am I now realizing that this is a trap card? Yeah, because I just went through all the normal spells. Okay. Bear with me. Rada. There it is. Where is it? I can't believe it's a... Okay, that's not one that says... It just... Yeah, that's a way to deck somebody out. I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm stupid, and it's not a fucking trap card. Bruh, it's gonna bother me that I can't find this card, and I don't know the name of it. That's so disappointing. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. Maybe it's a continuous trap. Yeah, that's exactly what it's looking like. It's a continuous trap. What the heck? We're gonna do this. Oh, instant win cards. Okay. No, it's none of these. Destiny board. That is what the card's in. It is a continuous trap. Okay, so Destiny board, you literally need to spell out the words final, and it's different specific cards. That's FINAL from your hand or deck to win the duel. Now that I know what it's called. Suckers. I'm gonna do this. Bam. Destiny board. See all these spell cards? So it's called, yeah. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. Okay, when this card and all 4 spirit message cards with different names are placed on your field, you win the duel. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, place 1 spirit message card from your hand or deck in the spell and trap zone faced up in the proper order of INAL. When any spirit message card or destiny board you control leaves the field, send all. Yeah, so essentially, wow, that's funny. So yeah, those are like the main types. That's just like an instant win if you get certain things. Okay, back to what we were doing. Oh shit. Oh, that was stupid. Okay, either way, all right. That's essentially it. Anything else, you'll just learn while playing on how to do certain combos and all that other stuff. But for now, that is the basics. I would still suggest doing the tutorial on Master Duel if you ever download it. And that's a big if. But nonetheless, those were essentially the basics of Yu-Gi-Oh! And also how everything was put into action to start a duel, play a duel, and all that good shit.